even after the calamitous Iran debacle vote, there are still people out there saying that Israel is a bipartisan issue. I just heard Shmuley Boteach say that. Even though I agreed with almost everything he said, it's just patently ridiculous. So let's just take it back to the 2012 Democratic Convention when we heard clearly Jerusalem booed by the majority of delegates there, and they had to pretend they didn't hear it in order to pass the resolution. Democratic delegates to the convention, 2012 presidential convention, booed Israel. And then you have clear acts of hostility towards Israel from the very beginning of Obama, and hundreds of different things he's done to advance Islamic jihad. Now, people keep saying we don't know what's in his head. We can't decide what's in his head. Krauthammer, a psychiatrist, said it takes a psychiatrist to figure out Obama. But you can decide from his deeds. And I'm going to post a link to a blog that I have with 250 different incidents, independent, showing Obama's proclivity for jihadism and his hostility and timeline of his hostility to Israel. In addition, when you think about Hillary, she pretends to be pro-Israel when she's running for an election or needs money, but she has a long history of anti-Israel activity too. And these emails from Sid Blumenthal, vicious anti-Israel emails he sent forwarded from his son Max, to which she didn't even argue at all, plus many other things she's done, so she's going to be no different in that regard. Then take the Iran deal, certainly the most significant issue of our time regarding the fate of the world and Israel. Obama pushed it very hard, supported by Hillary, and 42 out of 46 Democratic senators, and even many Jewish congressmen supported the deal. Only 4 Democratic senators voted against the deal, despite AIPAC spending $40 million trying to fight the deal. And what happened to those 4? In fact, Shmuley Boteach says that his Senator Menendez from New Jersey, who voted for the deal, proves it's bipartisan. But his example proves the opposite, because Menendez was harassed, and criminal charges were filed against Menendez by the Obama Justice Department to punish him for his support for against the Iran deal and against Obama. That's what happens when you oppose the Democratic Party's view about Iran and Israel. And then Schumer, one of the other Democratic senators who people figured would vote for against the Iran deal, he was punished by the left, so much that after his vote he didn't say one word to try and lobby others. So it's very clear that Israel is rapidly becoming a partisan issue. The Republicans support Israel, Democrats don't. Look it up on Google, the polls. Overwhelmingly, Republicans support Israel, and increasingly, every time you take a poll, more and more Democrats do not support Israel. And then you think about the Republican candidates, they trip over themselves to talk about how much they support Israel, how they'll undo the Iran deal, and how the President administration has been bad for Israel. So when Ben Carson calls Obama an anti-Semite, when Donald Trump says he's anti-Israel, and people go crazy, and when Huckabee says Obama's Iran deal is leading Jews to the oven, it's totally true. And people don't want to admit it. They're afraid to say it. And I know the Jewish organizations are going to pretend that it's still bipartisan because, of course, they want to continue to work with Democrats. But unless we face the truth, we can't possibly fight correctly. We're fighting with one hand behind our back if we continue to pretend that Democrats will be with us. Sure, they may vote for simple things, but obviously the Iran deal shows when push comes to shove, on the most important issue affecting Israel's existence, the Democrats were not there. They voted the wrong way. And if Hillary wins, we'll still have the exact same problem. So we have to continue to work to push hard the Democrats to support Israel, but realistically, Jews, you have to know, and people that love Israel, that the Republican Party is the party for Israel support. The Democratic Party increasingly is going to be a hostile place for Israel supporters.